Hey yo, who's in your news feed? Dies in your news feed. What is the word, peeps? What goes on? Day 13 of the video series, the COVIdeo series. We're coming to you while you are quarantined, while non essential workers are told to stay home. We are here to keep you company for a couple of minutes a day as your home. Because that's what we're here to do. Because we love you. I love you. And I want everyone to maintain their health. I want everyone to stay home, stay healthy. If you don't have to leave your house, stay home. And if you do need to leave your house, you need to remember a couple of things. You need to wash your hands. You need to not touch things. You need to maintain vigilance in washing your hands and not touching your face, and stay within 6 feet apart from people. Physical distancing is a thing. They've been calling it social distancing. That's cool. They can call it whatever they like. But technically, right now, I'm being social with you by sharing this video on YouTube and on social media. So I'm maintaining being social with people. But I am physically distancing myself from people. So yesterday, I took a walk to the store, saw somebody walking down the street, and I just went boom, 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 and I went that way, made sure I was 6 feet apart from them. And, it's good to go out. It's good to, don't get into it, it's good to go for a walk, get some fresh air, get some exercise in, get your cardio in. Like, as long as you're not, like, behind my house is 26 acres of woods. And nobody's hanging out back there. So, like, I can take that walk at any time and check out, places I used to hang as a youth and stuff like that. So, and not be surrounded by people. And that's what you got to do. And we have to take this seriously. We have to flatten the curve because we all want to be making money sooner rather than later. Is that fair to say? Everybody, it's cool to be off work. And, like, I'm glad that, we're not being exposed. I'm glad that I'm not an essential worker. I'm glad that I'm not being exposed to further risk of COVID. But at the same time, I would like to get back to work. Staying in the house is the 13th day in a row, 14th day in a row I'm in the house. Home. This is video 13, but it's day 14. I started doing the videos the second day I was home. So, what is the word? What goes on? We have a podcast every weekend. It came out yesterday on SoundCloud. Dyze in your house. Now, if you go to soundcloud.com/Dyze in your house, that is where you will get a brand new episode of the podcast every weekend. And what we focus on the podcast is fighting fascism, defending democracy, and making sure people know that priority number one is getting out to the polls November 3rd, 2020, and voting blue down the line. Because we will vote Democrat, we will save our country, and then we will continue to progress forward. But you can't progress forward. Forward is this. If instead of going this far, you're only given the opportunity to go this far, would you rather go here? You know what I mean? So, like, listen, New York extended its primary till June. That's not good for anybody. We need to stay focused on the task at hand. And that's, America is not about these fascist ideologies that are coming up in the mainstream. Hey Google, what is fascism?
According to Wikipedia, fascism is a form of far-right, authoritarian ultranationalism characterized by dictatorial power, forcible suppression of opposition, and strong regimentation of society and of the economy, which came to prominence in early 20th century Europe.
The things that are American values on that list are none. And something I just caught up on that I didn't catch. I've caught it before, but I've never actually differentiated it. So in this country we have like unite the right and white nationalism like running amok, right? They don't even call it white nationalism. They call it ultra nationalism. What does that mean? I don't want to know what that means. So let's just fight it. Let's fight against it. Okay? This experiment is over. It's time to get competent leadership in place so that we can make sure that the next time a global pandemic begins to rise, we have doctors, researchers, and scientists prepared for this upcoming pandemic. We had a department of the government that was ready for that. That was their only job, was to prepare for things like this. We no longer have that department of government anymore. They were defunded and disbanded. And then when a pandemic came, we weren't ready. And now we're here. We're here flattening the curve. We're here staying home on extreme quarantines. In 9 months, there's going to be a lot of quarantine babies coming out. I'm just saying. And this is not... It's not the way America is supposed to respond to global crisis. When a global crisis happens, America is supposed to be the beacon. Like if something happens in some other country, people are supposed to say, you know what? Let's ask America. Let's see what America's doing about this. We're not supposed to be one of the pack. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be... bad example. We're supposed to be like Saul Goodman, not the criminal, you know? We're the lawyer. We're not the committing the crime. We're the guy, okay, we're going to get you out of this. No, not now. We're behaving like a third world country now. And it's crazy. And anybody that thinks that's normal because they saw a meme is un-American, unpatriotic. It's traitorous behavior. And it should be punished, you know, by imprisonment. I'm sorry. Anybody that thinks it's okay for Americans to die because of the stock market should be in prison. We need to start removing people from society who have sick and twisted ideologies. Because when you're in society with these sick and twisted ideologies, you spread it. Like Corona. Like, that's like the people, my friends in California, who are obsessed with voting third party. And there's a lot of you, so you're all going to be looking at this saying, oh, why is he talking about me? Trust me, I'm not talking about any of you or all of you. It might be, but it's not one specific. So, it's like my friends in California who are all about Bernie Sanders and third party politics. We need a revolution. We need a revolution. That's cool at all. And then you press them like, yo, this is how Trump happened. They're like, well, I live in California, so I don't got to worry about that. I could write in Mickey Mouse, and Joe Biden's still going to win California at 801, or whatever the case may be. I don't like the system. That's cool. That's awesome for you to feel that way. In America, you're allowed to have feelings, and you're allowed to express those feelings. But when you're expressing those feelings on Twitter, when you're expressing those feelings on Facebook, and there's people you're friends with who don't live in a state that is solid blue electoral college. And you're spreading that information to say you have friends in Wisconsin who pick up on your post. Oh, fuck. She's right. He's right. I went she first because feminism. Like, what? This person's right. We need a No, we don't. And if we do, it can happen on November 4th. Priorities, okay? This is not a game. You are home right now, quarantined from going to work. You are on lockdown right now because of irresponsible leadership at the top. That's it. There is no, well, Jay, this happened. Well, Jay, it was this person's fault. No, it was Trump's fault. It's directly Trump's fault. He directly killed these people, and we directly need to get rid of him. He was briefed about this on December 22nd. December 22nd. We didn't start instituting stay-at-home measures until March. The numbers in New York are rising like a straight line up, the number of people that are dying from this. We have hospitals with freezer trucks parked in front of them for the dead bodies. Not a game. Okay, all of this is a direct result of having that orange clown run the country. because you thought that this was the time for your third-party politics. This year, you thought 2016 was the end-all, be-all. It's now or never. Well, guess what? It wasn't then. So can you not do this again in 2020? I don't want to hear the same discussions. And yeah, I'm going to get mad. And yeah, I'm going to be frustrated. It's a frustrating thing to have you people treat our country like it's fucking Play-Doh. Oh, well, we'll just play with this and that's it. No, this is serious. Trump winning killed Americans. Fact. There is no other math to do in your mind. People are dead because of a reality show fucking host, a grifter, a guy that bankrupts casinos, a serial predator, somebody that wants to have sex with his daughter, somebody that had 3 wives. This is the person that is the direct result of Americans dying. This is the person that was told on December 22nd that this is coming. This person did nothing. Nothing was done. I don't care if you think Joe Biden's boring. I promise you Joe Biden would result in fewer Americans dead because Joe Biden would have a pandemic response team in place already. So don't give me this shit. This is not the hill you're dying on this time. By the time you save your damn country, by the time you get your stupid revolution, you're going to go through so many Republican regimes that this isn't even going to be a fucking country anymore. So, maybe if California wants to secede and be their own country, I'll move there. But until then, the third-party politics people are fucking up my elections. Not my elections, your elections, our elections. Jill Stein and Bernie Sanders got us Donald Trump. Fact. It wasn't even Gary Johnson. Wouldn't even put that on GJ. Wouldn't even put it on him. Where is he? Is he doing anything? But, you can't say things like, don't politicize this. This is not the time for it. A direct policy directly resulted in Americans dying. Fact. Stop your eternal dialogue. That's what happened. And you have to understand that it is imperative that in November we take our damn country back. We need to put leadership in place that will have the lives of American people on their mind and not just on a piece of paper for a speech. We need Americans to take their country back. These people, Trump and family, this is not America. That is not a family that represents what America is. Okay? That is a family of grifters, criminals, tax evaders, people that think they're above the law. That's not America. America is the healthcare worker that has to go to work right now. America is the guy at the grocery store that is making minimum wage, but he goes to work every day because people need food. And he's there, stocking the shelves, playing roulette with his life every time he's around anybody. These are everyday Americans. The mom that's wondering who's going to babysit her kid while she goes to work because she's a nurse. That's America. The kids going to public school to grab and go free breakfast and lunch, even though school's not open. That's America. The people who are DoorDash drivers right now, that's America. People that are sharing on social media, hey, listen, I'm out and about. If anybody needs things, let me know. That's America. Trump is not America. Trump is everything that's wrong with America. The Trump regime is everything that's wrong with America. And we need to make sure that something like this never happens again. This is what happens when people tune out politics. Stuff like this happens. So I will be looking into the Canadian citizenship test. I will be looking into how to become a Canadian citizen, because I don't trust that the third party politics people aren't going to ruin another election for us. Ralph Nader, Ross Perot, Jill Stein. What do these people have in common? They didn't win elections. Crazy. All right, before I get up on out of here, let me just keep everyone apprised of where you can get the podcast. We had a brand new episode of Dyze in Your House drop yesterday on SoundCloud. You can go to soundcloud.com/DyzeInYourHouse. And that's where you can get it in its entirety. I paid for SoundCloud Pro. Whatever. Maybe I'll make a mixtape. I'm probably not going to make a mixtape. I might make a mixtape. You could also go to patreon.com/jporks, and you could also become a East Coast Radiohead. There are tiers, level 1, 2, and 3. And you can find out, the benefits of joining any one of those tiers for a limited amount of money, and we can go from there. The podcast is always going to be free, but I'm offering other things to you. So go to patreon.com/jporks, check it out, read it, see if it's something that interests you. Also, follow me on Twitter @jporks and @East Coast Radio. And follow me on Instagram @DyzeInYourHouse. Every week, a brand new episode of Dyze in Your House is dropping on SoundCloud and on Patreon, and it should be on this YouTube page the day or two following. The problem is I have to turn it to a video, and it's a whole thing. And I used to upload it to YouTube, and then it would upload to Apple Podcasts automatically. That is no longer happening. I don't know why. I'm not smart enough to figure it out. But those are all the places that you can keep it locked to stay tuned to get the latest episodes of Dyze in Your House, which comes out every weekend unaffected. We are on day 13 of the video series. We got one more coming tomorrow. That will be 14 days. And then we will reevaluate what we're doing in the future video series, as I believe most of us have another month of not work, which is crazy to me that we have another month of not working. I really hope that I just want to get back to work. I don't want to be in this house anymore. The only thing I like in this house is my cat. And as you can tell, the last 3 podcasts, he hasn't been here. He's probably eating. Okay. So I'm going to keep it under 20 minutes today. So remember, soundcloud.com/DyzeInYourHouse, patreon.com/jporks. Follow me on Instagram @DyzeInYourHouse. Follow me on Twitter @jporks and @East Coast Radio. Not much else to say than that. J-Porks, Dyze in Your House, exclusively on East Coast Radio. For the least heard voices.